sure it's up. Hi, honey. How are you? Oh, I know. I know. Happy New Year. Hmm. You girl, child, because you don't even want to see this with it off. Look a mess. Hi, guys. It's good to see you guys. Well, I can't see y'all, but I'm not saying on the camera. It's good to be back. How are you guys? I missed y'all. How are you? I wish it was like a microphone or something, so like I can hear y'all talk. Cause I'm hiding in the kitchen. Cause you know other people in the house. So I'm hiding in the kitchen, and y'all can't I can't hear y'all. How is everything? Happy New Year, everybody. I missed you guys. Wait for a few seconds. We're not gonna be long. I say that every time, and then we be on live for like 4 hours. But we're not gonna be long. I just wanted to come on, chit chat with you guys for a little bit, update you on what's been going on, and just catch up because I missed you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. How was you guys' Christmas? How was you guys' holiday? I'm gonna catch y'all up on some things. It's just life update, let you know all what's going on. It's so nerve-wracking doing lives. With my YouTube videos, I can record what I want, do what I need to do, edit, and put it up. Lives are so different because while I love interacting with you guys, it's like a lot to try to navigate like where the live was going to go, because you can start off with wanting it to be one way and then it ends up a totally different way. So it's always going live is always like a risk, but this honestly is my favorite. If I can go live instead of doing videos, I probably would. My whole channel would just be live because the interaction I have with you guys, I like on live. You're able to talk to me. I can talk right back to you. I'm feeling good. I don't have any complaints. I ended up getting bronchitis over the Christmas holiday. Child, when I tell you it's always something, it's always something. I got bronchitis over the Christmas holiday. Thankfully, by the time Christmas came, I was okay. Then when I went to the doctor, them people had the nerve to tell me, I had to go to the emergency room. Them people had the nerve to tell me that, what does that mean? Am I vertical? What does that mean? Yeah, tell me something so I can figure that out. Because I got my camera, you know how you hold your phone just straight up and down? I have it turned so it's the long way. Is that right? Or should I do it straight up and down? I mean, because I don't know if I can change it now because I'm already on here. And what's crazy is it's only this way because my thing that's holding my phone wouldn't tighten. I had it sitting straight up and it kept falling to the side. So I was like, well, whatever. When you use the YouTube app to go live. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm on the app. Yeah, I'm on the app, but no, I'm horizontal because the horizon. So I'm not vertical. Oh, man. Oh, okay, well, that's what I get. I'm just being. Okay, well, I guess they didn't want me to talk. But I just didn't feel like fooling around with the thing that is holding my phone. So I just let it go to the side. So it's vertical right now. It looks right on my phone. Well, thank you, girl. I'm happy to hear that because I don't want my first live and I'm messing up already. So again, I'm not going to keep you guys all night. I just wanted to come on here and just talk to you guys for a little while. Just catch up. I'm going to hear how you guys are doing. I'll tell you what's going on with me. Where my thought process is, where I want my channel to go. Just some life updates, because I don't know about nobody else, but it feels like we're in like a Looney Tune cartoon or something. This literally doesn't feel like real life. I don't know what's happening. I don't believe in like the universe and all of that stuff, but you know how people say Mercury's in retrograde or whatever that is. It's like, that's literally what it feels like. Twilight Zone. No, seriously. It feels like we're in the Twilight Zone. I have always been the type of person that lives in like a bubble. I create a world in my mind based on the world that I come from, and I stay there. Since being in school, I have opened my mind up to so much more. I get the New York Times sent to my house, so I'm reading the newspaper and I'm watching videos. I am listening to podcasts, getting more into politics and stuff like that. And when I tell you, politics will have all of your hair on the floor. The stress that I have been under since I have started immersing myself more into what's going on around me. This is why they say ignorance is bliss. When you're young and you hear all of these sayings and stuff, you don't really understand what all of this stuff means until you get older. Ignorance is bliss. I miss being ignorant because I had no idea what was going on, and I was happier that way. This is crazy. This is terrible. I don't really want to get into like a deep dive and all of that because I don't know anybody's political views and all of that, and that's none of my business. But I'm just here to tell you that, like, Lord, just come on, because I don't even know what's happening. Like, when I grew up, this is a totally different world than when I grew up, and I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm doing well in school right now. Thank God for that. I wanted to show you guys more of the process of me being in school, but it just was a little bit, I had to get my bearings because math was ripping me, turning me inside out, like turning me every which way but loose. So I had to figure out a way to get out of the class. So I passed, thank God, with the A. I just did medical terminology, passed that with an A, thank God. I'm trying to still figure out what my path is, and that's the journey that I'm on right now with it. So, I mean, I'll share more with you guys as I figure it out. But honestly, what I have been doing lately is just trying to figure life out. I never thought that I would be not feeling worthless, but feeling worthless. Like not knowing where I fit at in the world, feeling like a chess piece on the board that doesn't fit. You know how you have the chessboard set up before you play and every piece is in its spot? I always feel like I'm just like the extra piece on the side that is just there just in case one of the pieces get lost. I always feel out of sorts, if that makes any sense. Um, Last I left off with you guys, I think I had just moved back home, if I'm not mistaken. And I was, working things out in my home, and I'm still home, and it's still the same as far as a work in progress. Um, we hit a couple of bumps. Unfortunately, my husband had a death in the family that affected him deeply. It's not my place to get into it. That's his business, but he had a death in the family that was really, really close to him, and it has taken a toll on him. It's still taking a toll on him. So I'm trying to navigate, that with him. My family is doing well, thank God. My niece is growing and thriving. She's doing well, thank you, Jesus. It's just basically where I'm at right now. I have just been just trying to figure life out. Brooklyn is doing good. She's doing good. She's growing. It's so funny because I tell everybody that I was so excited when I heard that my sister was having a girl. I'm like, we're gonna have this beautiful princess. I have somebody I have to dress up, and I listen. I had no clue that we was gonna get Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, what is the thing? Wreck-It Ralph. That's Brooklyn. Like, I thought we was gonna have this little prissy lady. She tearing up your house. She yelling at you. She's stomping her foot at you when you telling her no. She is just like, but she is the sweetest little bundle. Like, she is so affectionate, and she's a mess. She is a mess. If you have a clean and tidy home, don't have anxiety or nothing about stuff being out of sorts at your house. Don't let her in. Your whole house tore up from the minute she's there to the minute she leaves. And don't try to clean up while she's there, because she's coming behind you, taking out everything that you trying to put back and clean up. She is a mess, but she is just like the sweetest thing. Want to hug and kiss, and I love her so much. But let me tell y'all, I had my mom and my family crying. I have been looking into adoption or foster parenting. So let me tell you about this. Now, this is so ghetto how they do the adoption process. It's like they selling hot dogs on the stand or something somewhere and not babies. I'm so confused of why it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to adopt a baby. Like, why I'm buying a kid like I'm buying a sweater out the store. I put that on the back burner for a second. I was looking at TikTok, and they had, but us two, isn't it? He's an affectionate boy. Brookie's 3. She be 4 in June. Nobody prepares you. And what's crazy is I had 2 nephews. She's worse. I had 2 nephews before her. She worse than all the boys. Like, I guess because she's the princess and she is spoiled, she's worse than all the boys put together. Like, I never seen nothing like it. You literally have to take your vitamins and like, pipe yourself up before she come, because it's the whole weekend. So I was looking at TikTok, and I seen a couple of videos, and this one lady had an 8-week. I used to wonder why they made people do CPR classes to adopt, but don't require it when people give birth. I don't understand that either. But I feel like everybody dealing with babies or kids, period, should know how to do CPR, especially with little kids and toddlers. But sorry, guys, I don't know why they keep kicking me off. I'm not even doing anything. But anyway, is it because I'm bringing up the other platform? I don't know. But I was looking at a video, and this lady had an 8-day-old baby that they asked her to keep for 3 weeks. She was already pregnant. And She never did an update that I saw, so I don't know if she kept it. Another video I saw, it was an 8-day old or a month-old baby, and 7 years later, she still had the baby. They never came and got the baby. So I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if I can do that. My only drawback is even the 8-day-old baby for 3 weeks. Honey, that's my baby. Soon as y'all close the door, I'm changing the locks. Your 8-day-old baby that I have to take care of, that's in my everyday life for 3 whole weeks. Y'all not coming back and get this baby. Y'all are crazy. It's getting ready to be a whole police standoff outside my door and my window because that baby's not going anywhere. That's my kid. I done changed the name. We done went and did the room upstairs. I done got a car seat for the car. My husband done went and got a tattoo. That's our baby. We're not doing that. So I'm just not in a mental place to be a foster parent, especially that young. Like a bigger kid, yeah, come get them, because ain't nobody got time for that. I don't want nobody here with all this emotional instability because you've been passed around and you done had a hard life. Listen, get in line. I'm fighting for my life just like you, so I'm trying to figure out what you want from me. So I don't have time to deal with somebody bigger that's going to take a lot more from me and it's going to be more emotionally draining. Give me something from scratch so that I can mold, and then, we're going to be cool. And when I looked online, I'm looking at the foster. They have like a PA foster thing going on. These kids, 19, 20, one of the kids look like he get ready to tie up everybody in the house, chop up your dog, put him in the freezer. Like, who's bringing Sid in their house? I mean, he got the ring thing, the nose, like anybody in the high school, they better watch out. Why is he on here? First of all, he was 19. Sir, you grown. My husband says hello. He recognized your voice with my big mouth. I sound like a boy. I know. Tell him like, who wants this? Who wants this pew pew in their home? Like, we're not doing that. And I was having a conversation with my mom as far as adoption. Now, let's say, I want y'all to tell me if I'm crazy. I don't know if we had this conversation before, but we're going to have it again. If you adopt a baby, right? Because God forbid you can't have one. If you adopt a baby from a baby, 8-day-old, month-old, 6-month-old, this baby gets 16, 17, 18, and they come to you and say, I want to find my birth mother. You coming off the top rope or no? Because I am. And I'm going to tell you why. I done went through all of the work that it took or that it takes to adopt a kid, having them all in your business, coming to your home, looking all around, making sure you're compatible to have a kid in your house, going through the medical things, paying for it, everything that I have to do. Then you come into the home. So now we got to feed you, clothe you. You got us up all night because it's a newborn or a baby, whatever the case. Getting you in school. You're falling. We patching up knees, feeding you. I'm worrying myself sick. Getting in school, you getting your heart broke. Now I got to, do Heartbreak Hotel and fix you all up. I got to teach you life lessons. I got to buy you clothes. Then you get older. Any kid of mine, now you're going to like nice stuff. So now you want designer clothes in the 3rd grade. Like, all of this stuff. You come on this here land, sit in my face, in my bricks, and tell me you want to go find your birth mom after everything I done did? Yeah, no. We're not doing that. First of all, I know it's probably selfish on my part, but just call me selfish. I'm not sharing my kid with someone who gave you up. I don't care what the circumstances was. I don't care if you was 10. I will help them find their birth parents. I know it's a piece of them that need that. They're going to need something else. Because we're not doing that. Because I did all of the work to get you to where you are. And for you to come, I just feel like it's heartbreaking for you to come and say that I'm not enough. And I know it probably sounds crazy, but I'm just going to be honest. This is just how I feel. For you to come and tell me that I'm just not enough, or you need to find out where you came from here. Like, are you okay? I don't even want to tell them that they're adopted. But then my mom's like, well, you have to say something because, what if they get sick? What if something happens? You can't not tell them that they're adopted. Because you going to find your birth mother what's that supposed to do? Because both of y'all about to run my money now. Because now I'm about to calculate everything from the time you hit my stoop, from all the food, all the clothes, the emotional stress, all my counseling, all my lessons. Both of y'all get ready to run all my money because I can't even get my time back. So now I'm getting ready to make everybody suffer because I can't get my 16, 17, 18 years from raising you. And then you're going to tell me you want to go and look for her. For what? So once you find her, now what? Because now you think we supposed to sit here and be friends? So now you think you're going to call her mom, eat my food? With my drawers on? With my shirt? Walking in my door? Opening it up with the key? Turning my lights on? Them drank up all my juice and ate up all my food? Absolutely not. We're not doing that. I understand that things happen. People run into crazy circumstances. It could have been something like grape or something, and they had to get, like, I understand. I'm not a fool. She can reach out and she still don't want anything to do. Exactly. And then, now that's a good point. Because now guess who has to deal with that? So now your heart broke. Now you sitting over here looking stupid. And then now I got to fix it. So now I have to patch your heart up. I have to reassure you that you're enough, reassure you that, you're wanted in the world because you wanted to go look for this person that made the decision, regardless of what the reasons were, because that's none of your business. Now you're feeling some type of way because this person rejected you. It's a slippery slope to me. So I said, I'm just going to back up from this because, I brought it up to my husband and, all of a sudden, and I think that's just because he was trying to get me back up in here. All of a sudden, he was gung-ho with adoption because before he didn't want no parts. I remember verbatim, if God meant for it to happen, it'll happen. My aunt offered to carry my baby. One of my sisters offered to carry my baby. He's like, I don't want my baby, how I'm rubbing, her stomach with my baby in there. So I brought it up to him. He's like, I'm open to, adoption all of a sudden. Okay. So I'm doing my research and stuff. And it's just, it just wasn't something that was for me because with my history and everything that has went on, I don't feel like I am physically strong enough internally to have a baby. I feel like it's been enough. Hey, so good to see you. Hi, good to see you. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Happy New Year. So I just feel like I was trying to do something to ease my yearning. Like, I don't know if any of you wanted kids and didn't have because you were chasing career, wanted kids and couldn't have, but it's kind of like a hole that you ignore, but it never gets filled. It's there, you ignore it, kind of like a death in the family. You know how you lose somebody you love and it's like you never get over it, but you move on with life. That's kind of how this is. It's always like a nagging thing in the back of my mind, and it has gotten worse since my niece was born. Number one, because, and this is not fair to her because this is not her job, but sometimes when I have her, it's like she feels like a hole that I have. And Sometimes I don't even want to give her back because it just, she just feels like a part of me. And she is, because that's my blood. But I feel like she feels something that I'm missing. Like, I don't know if it's the unconditional love. She doesn't look at me with any judgment, except if I don't give her something she wants. She doesn't look at me with any judgment. She loves me unconditional. It's like a pure type of love, if that makes any sense. Kind of like a dog. Because I can tear Chloe out the frame and she 2 seconds later, her tail wagging and she want to sit next to me. Meanwhile, her butt red because I don't had to tear her up because she pulling food out my trash or, having an accident on my floor. My nephew gives me the lonely that I'm receiving that you crave. It feeds your longing, but you have to return. Yeah, it does. And it just, like, sometimes I feel empty because once again, I'm gonna tell y'all something that's gonna sound crazy. I was in a hospital one day. This was one of the times that I was one of my cancer doctors, and I asked the doctor, "Was I born a girl?" And I'm gonna tell you why. It seemed like everything that makes you a woman, something was wrong with. And without getting too deep into it, it's like I was getting a mammogram and it was hard to read the mammogram because I have a lot of tissue in my boobs. I don't think it's like damaged tissue or anything because nothing happened, but it's a lot of tissue in my boob. And I remember reading that, you have to be careful and do your own exams because, stones can be hiding behind all of that tissue. Of course, I got to have the boobs with all of the tissue in it. Then I had a procedure or two to try to figure out the fertility situation. That still wasn't working. So I'm like, I'm tall. My voice is a little bit deep. It's sometimes, you know. So I wasn't even joking. I literally asked her, was I born a girl? Or, was it one of them situations where my mom had to choose and she went the girl route? And she confirmed that I was indeed born a girl. But I just sometimes feel like I have to be here. I remember when I had got sick, my mom was trying to tell me one time, but I wasn't trying to hear it, that I had got sick for a reason, and it was to draw other people or give inspiration to other people or talk to other people. Whatever the situation was, that was the purpose of me getting sick. Sometimes I feel like that's my whole purpose of being on earth, period. If you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say, because I have never seen someone aging in life, moving around in life, and still don't know where they belong, still feel lost, like what my place is, even in my own home, even in my marriage. Like, I feel out of place. It's mind-boggling to me. I feel like, is my sole purpose here to talk about God, to go through whatever trials, whatever it is that I'm supposed to go through, and be the poster child of, God can fix this. Look at what God can do. Look at, be an example of his grace and mercy, which is not a bad place to be. I'm not complaining about it at all, but I'm okay with being taken off the strongest soldiers list this year, if that's okay. But I just feel like nothing is what you read in the fairy tales that it's supposed to be. I got married. Okay. I mean, other than that, that's really like The only thing textbook that, you know, a woman is supposed to be. You know, you come from your parents' house, you leave your parents' house, you go with your husband, you know, y'all grow a family, you have a career, you have a home, and only thing I did out of that whole list was get out my parents' house and get married. And both of them been kept. And I love my home, don't get me wrong, but it's like, you ever go move someplace and you're so excited, but you can't control what goes on around you? Like, I don't live in a, you know, it's a nice neighborhood, but it changes based on what goes on around you. And then you start to feel out of place. You start to feel like you're growing out of your space. And that's what I feel like. In the beginning, you couldn't tell me nothing about my husband. I could have swallowed him whole and attached myself to his back and walked around with him like a book bag. But both of us being young, neither one of us being married, him having his own idea what marriage is, me having my own idea what marriage is, him wanting to be the traditional, you know, love, honor, and obey, me looking at him like, obey who? So now I'm, you know, my walls is up. I got my fight up. I don't want to hear none of this. So it has been a tug of war. We going on 15 years this year being married, and I feel like we still haven't gotten into a, like, who are we? And that's what I feel about literally my entire life. I can't even fall back on, you know, that saying that women can't have it all. You either have the family or you have the career. Don't have a kid. You know, as a woman, that is something that you have to carry. And it's not because I had a hysterectomy or anything like that. I honestly couldn't even tell you why. I couldn't even tell you why. I've had procedures done, you know, I've had, you know, my doctor tell me there's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. Meanwhile, it hasn't happened. You know, meanwhile, you know, here come cancer, and I got, you know, it's just, I thought my career was fashion. It wasn't. Moved on to dibbling, dabbling in other things. It wasn't. My heart wasn't in it. You do things for money, it doesn't work. Because you're not going to be passionate about it because you don't love it. When I started fashion, I loved it. I got on the mega bus and worked for free in New York on my own dime. That's how much I loved it. But the older you get, it's less about love and more about how you're going to financially take care of yourself. When I left my home, I'm not going to say I was like eating out of the trash, but I was walking past sniffing, you know, seeing all what was in there. We was close, you know, making sure ain't nobody dropped no Wendy's nugget or something in there. Like, it was close. And again, thank God for my family, because, you know, they held me down like we do. And I said to myself that, God forbid I ever have to leave again. That's never going to happen to me again. Because it was my fault that as an adult, as a woman, that I put that much into somebody else, that I left myself hanging like that. And if I didn't have my family, I would be homeless on the street. I mean, I probably wouldn't have left. I just would have dealt with it, which is how so many other women are, you know, not abuse because it wasn't physical, but that's how so many other women are living with situations that are just like that they hate because they can't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I have a safety net that I'm able to make decisions like that. And that was something that happened spur of the moment. That wasn't even something that I planned out. And I said that I would never do that to myself again. I would never put my entire life in somebody else's hands like that. And I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, that's where school came in. Okay, maybe all of this that happened to me is code for you should be out helping other people. Fashion, clothes, all of that is cute. But it's real people out here that are dealing with what you have dealt with. There's real people out here that are where you were, that don't have a support system, that don't have a family, that don't know what's going on. I had a family and a support system, and I still felt alone because not one person knew internally what I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, not one person could relate to me. I tell this story all the time. I remember when I had to go to the hospital because I was having a bad reaction to chemo. And it was this nurse, this white lady. And she talked to me about her journey. Of all the people, of course, my oncologists and all of them, I remember those, you know, those people because I still got to look at them. But of all the people that I encountered during that journey, I always remember this nurse because, number one, she understood mentally and emotionally where I was. And number two, she gave me hope. Because at the time, I did not have any. And I feel bad to say it because, you know, my mom is, you know, everything's going to be fine, you know, what moms do. But I did not have a lot of faith and I didn't have a lot of hope. She gave me hope looking at her. She was 20 plus years post what she went through. That gave me, she had a tattoo and everything, no, it was on her leg. She had a tattoo and everything to commemorate what she had been through. Never going to forget this nurse. This random nurse. She wasn't even like my overnight nurse or nothing like that. She might have been the admitting nurse. Came in and gave me my meds, told me what all the medication was going to do. And I don't even think I seen her anymore after our conversation. I never forgot her because she got it. I related to her. She was there. She could tell me from experience, you can get to the other side. It's a possibility that you can be okay. Look at me, 20 years, I'm fine. You know, everything is going to be fine. I related to her. So maybe that's what I'm supposed to be for other people. Only those that walk that path and truly understanding give real testimony and want to expect how to get through it. Yes, but at the time, I don't think my family understood that. It's not that I didn't want to hear what they were saying, but I didn't want to hear what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's my mom. What's she gonna say? Girl, I don't know, honey. You know, you got insurance. Like, let me see if I can get a one of these funeral homes. Maybe, you know, they ain't looking good. What's she supposed to say? That's my mom. She could be telling me that I'm gonna be okay to make me feel good and pacify herself as well. I'm her kid. What mom, want to see their child go through something like that? This is how I feel about my niece. I don't want to see her go through anything. If I can take every hit, anything to keep her pure, anything to keep her happy and not have to deal with anything, because she didn't ask for this. She didn't ask for this world. I don't want her to have to deal with anything. So I'm going to do whatever I can so that she stays as pure as possible for as long as possible. So in my mind, it's like, that's a mom. I don't want to hear this. Like, you going to the hospital, they telling you one thing. The next time you go back, it's a whole other thing. Like, you don't know what's going on. And I still feel like, remember, I don't know if you guys watched Ten Commandments. Remember the Ten Commandments when they had got freed and Moses had to go up and get the Ten Commandments and they all down on the ground just wilding out. Then God punished everybody and made them wander around 40 years and until all of them that was showing they slip passed and couldn't get to where they were supposed to go, the promised land or whatever, wherever they was going. I can't remember. That's what it feels like. It feels like I am wandering around, and I've been wandering around my whole life trying to figure out where this puzzle piece fits. And it's an exhausting feeling. It's a feeling that you put into the back of your mind, and you wake up, you go through about your day, you laugh, talk, eat, whatever. You go to sleep, wake up the next day, laugh, talk, eat. You're going through the motions. And that's what life feels like. And I know that's not what God wants for me, but I don't know how to change it. I don't know. I don't know who I asked, but I know I said this out loud. I had to. But when they say God will tell you something, how do you know that that's God and that's not you saying something because that's what you want to hear? How do you know that that's not you telling yourself something, if that makes any sense? Because I can tell myself stuff all the time that I want to do, and I'll pray and thinking that I'm going to come up with the answer, but how do I know that's the answer? Or if that's just something that I want to do. So I'm saying, yes, this is what you do. Because all the money I'm paying for school, who's to say, my school not going to be a bust? Who's to say this isn't a huge waste of time? Especially with, the way my brain works now, who's to say this is not a huge waste of time? And now I'm back to square one. This is how I feel. Yeah, I mean, but that's the part that I struggle with sometimes. What's clearly? Because I felt like doors were open for me in fashion, and a lot of times I had imposter syndrome and I shut those doors myself. I can admit that I was afraid, but I felt like if that wasn't a path, why wasn't those certain doors shut? Oh, my discernment shot. Let me tell you about my discernment, okay? I have amazing discernment when it comes to everybody else that I love. My discernment for myself, I'm letting the killer, the mugger, and everybody else in the door. When I grew up, one thing you said is you are here to help people. I mean, that's what I feel like, but sometimes I don't understand how I'm supposed to help them, if that makes sense. Growing up, I grew up in the 90s, and I was a rap, hip-hop, R&B girl. My dad, and my family was in the jazz, and, Anita Baker and all of that. Like, that's where my love for Anita Baker came from. My godmother, my aunt, my dad listened to jazz and stuff all the time. And I was very influenced by rap growing up. Like, I wasn't like, one of these type of girls, but I was very much a Notorious B.I.G. fan. I was a Bad Boy fan. And they shaped me as a young woman. And I'm going to go back to that, because I'm going to go back to what you just said. They shaped me as a young woman. I went and did some things I wasn't supposed to do. I was stealing a little bit. Went to Neiman Marcus, used to, little 5-finger discount. Moschino pants and stuff, because that's what Biggie said in his song. He wore Coogi sweaters, saved my allowance for cherry red Coogi sweater. My mom would take me to Saks off 5th and Franklin Mills, if you guys remember Franklin Mills like that. And child, I ain't had no enough allowance for no money, but my mom would supplement so that I can get something with my allowance at, the Saks outlet. And I remember growing up, I was in love with Puff Daddy. And could not tell me nothing. Couldn't close his mouth or nothing. And I was in love with it. I walked around school with this man's picture in a book that I would cut out from magazines. I would have jobs out of high school. I would have this man, I mean, straight weirdo, have this man pictures on my desk like this was my real husband, knew his background, could not tell any song I heard him breathing on. If he said yes in the back of a song, that was my song. Like anything he had anything to do with, if I seen him in the video, that's my song. I'm playing the video. If I seen him in the credits, that's it. He was everything to me growing up. Y'all see what's going on now? This man a whole fool. Could not tell me nothing. I seen that documentary of his. It took me days to watch the documentary because I had to turn it off. Because it was watching my childhood, my young adulthood, what I thought I knew in shambles on TV. You know, it just, that's my discernment. Of all of the people in the world, not Jay-Z, not Nas, not Ice Cube. No, I'm in love with the Grim Reaper. You know, like it's the worst person. In love. That's the type of discernment that I be having. So that's why I say sometimes I don't even trust myself because I feel like I'm the type of person that when I get my mind fixated on something, I want it and I'm going to, is this me saying that this is what I want or is this what God wants for me? And I feel like that maybe that's why I'm so lost, even in my own relationship. I feel my entire life, I feel lost. And sometimes how I cope with it is I come to grips with maybe this is how I'm always going to be. Maybe I don't have a place. Maybe I don't have a spot. Maybe I'm just meant, you know, Daryl and Tina's daughter. You know, I'm not meant to be mom as much as I would give my arm to have, you know, this little precious thing, you know, look to me for everything that they need. And, you know, and to hear mom from something that I created, you know, a family that came from me, something that's going to be left here far after I'm gone. Maybe, you know, maybe that's just not what my path is. Maybe I'm not meant to have this big career and you know, and be proud there. If I can't have a kid, let me be proud this way. Maybe that's not. Go for it either way. If you want to go for it, if God planned, then he be blessed by it. So you have made a comment about an inspirational speaker or an advocate. That was the purpose, not the motivational speaking part, but believe it or not, big as my mouth is, I don't really like public speaking. I like YouTube because I'm able to hide in my home, turn this camera on, and nobody can see me. You guys can see me, but the live is a little bit different than me creating videos sitting in my home. I'm able to get out my thoughts, my emotions. It's kind of like a singer. I'm able to, you know how Beyonce can go on stage and she can be who she is. She doesn't have any inhibitions, any fears. She can let out and be what it is that she wants you guys to see of her. That's how YouTube is for me, which is why, and I know it's not good because I know it affects me. It affects my channel. But that's another reason why I take breaks, because I feel like it means so much to me if it's not of value. And who am I to say what's of value to you guys? I may put a video out and I think it's terrible, and you guys love it because it's coming from me. And when I feel like I don't have anything of value, when I feel low, when I feel like I don't have anything to give, that's when I retreat. But my YouTube is something that gives me the feeling of some type of purpose, if that makes it's I know this probably sounds crazy because I'm trying to explain to you guys the best way I can what's in my head. I'm trying to convey how I'm feeling, but that's why I would rather step away from you guys than to just be like, well, what's this she doing? Like, what's going on here? Okay, we tired of this. Let's move on. And I don't want it to be that. And I'm so afraid of alienating you guys that I feel like I'm doing it anyway, but I don't know how else to function in my mind to keep moving every day, because I want to be a motivator to people. I want people to see what God can do. But how good of a motivator can I be when I'm walking in fear every day? How good of a motivator can I be when I feel like sometimes, you know how the Bible says if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, how do I keep moving when I feel like sometimes that's what my faith is, the size of a mustard seed? Every time I get a headache, every time my side starts to hurt, I get gas. This thing never leaves. Okay, you said, I want to see what you said. How do I go back so I can see you guys' comments? Because you said, repeat that for me. You said if I don't do it, I'm going to lose my audience anyway. So meaning even if I put out content that I may not necessarily be happy with, do it anyway. Because that's what I struggle with. So, because even my mom tells me, because my mom watches my videos, she looks for my videos. She like, girl, you getting on my nerves. So I can imagine other people. But again, when people don't do things, take breaks. So if I take breaks, that's what alienates people. So she says, you know, that she looks for my videos and it's like, it's disappointing when she doesn't see them. And I don't want to be a disappointment to anybody. But sometimes when you are mentally struggling, and maybe I do put too much thought into not people pleasing, but maybe not feeling good enough, because who I am is a bag of nuts. You know, I am someone that I feel like I'm pretty simple in what I want out of life. I'm somebody that just wants to dress good. I love God. But, you know, as much as I may be alienate you guys and a disappointment to you guys, I feel like I'm that to him. I want to have a family, even if it's just me and my husband and my dog. I mean, and I thank you. I appreciate that. And I feel like a lot of people worry because when I take breaks, my DMs and my emails, sometimes I don't even open them because like it messes with my mind, because once again, I feel like a failure at something else. You know, this is the one thing that you love doing, because I love doing YouTube, but it's like you're messing this up. But I don't want much out of life. I just want to feel, like I belong. But it's so crazy because I remember we talked about Philip Anthony Mitchell one time, all of us on live. I think I was showing you guys skincare, and we were talking about his church and the way he preaches and all of that. I have been getting back into his videos, and he talked about us. I took a break while I was focused on my health, but I missed it. That's me though. I miss you guys terribly when I'm gone. I think about my YouTube every day. I'm on social media every day. Not physically, but I'm looking at other people every day, living their dreams, posting and just going on with life. And I'm like, so nobody else is feeling like they on a crazy bus but me. Like nobody else is struggling and in their mind but me. I'm just that messes with me. Then I'm gonna tell you another reason why I stopped. Child, y'all, my husband found my videos. So you already know. This was something that was mine. This was something that I can come on here. I can tell y'all what's going on. I can, share my secrets and stuff with you guys. I can vent. I can tell you all what's going on with my health and all of that stuff. And when he found my videos and was watching them, I just kind of felt like betrayed a little bit. And I know that's weird because that's my husband. But I just felt like this was mine with you guys. And I did not have to worry about whatever I'm saying, he can see. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm pissed with him, that's it right there. Stop trying to belong. Belonging doesn't bring joy. I had to walk away from people that I know because I was feeling uncomfortable. This content creator says the internet is fact. People only show you what they want you to see. And that's not me. I show y'all, I feel like I may show too much, honestly. But it's like he's reading your No, seriously. Yes. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you how I know. We talked about it. When I was thinking about coming back, he was having a conversation with me, which I know he probably thought that it was helping, but it actually made it worse because I felt like it was gaslighting. We had a conversation. We were sitting at dinner and he said, I was watching your videos because I didn't know what else to do. You weren't answering me. I didn't know where you were. And I was looking at some of your lives and he found the ones where I was discussing him talking to you guys. I mean, crying, looking all ugly and everything. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God, who told you to get on my channel? So he's like, I didn't know you felt like this. You never told me all of this that you were feeling. So I'm sitting here like, so you think I'm going to get on YouTube and talk to my phone and tell everybody else that can't change nothing more than I'm telling you? So remember that when scrolling, they're only showing you what they want you to see, not necessarily what they're going through. And I had a conversation about you talking to your hubby because some things need to be said. Exactly. Hi. Hello. Exactly. So I know for a fact, I may not have said it in the way that I talk to you guys, like, but nobody's going to tell me I didn't say it. I know I said it. I didn't have any choice but to say it. I was dying inside, like I was burning up inside because I was miserable. You're not going to tell me that you didn't know any of this. But that was another reason why I just was like, I don't want to record no more. This man is on my... Then he wanted to help with my YouTube. So I'm like, okay, maybe you can help me do... Because now the critiquing came. You guys know from the beginning, I sit in a certain spot and I record. The light behind me, window, my comfy chair, that's where I sit. People walking by or whatever, it's outside. It's it's earth. Yeah, people walking past. So now I'm getting critiqued on people walking in the background of my video. Like, this is not a scripted sitcom. This is a YouTube. Like, yeah, people are outside. What, I'm supposed to go outside with a bullhorn and tell everybody don't walk past my house because I'm recording? Like, what am I supposed to do? So all of that on top of my own insecurities, my own getting in my own head. Oh, I missed you too. Thank you. Getting in my own head, all of that caused me to be like, you know what? I don't know. And then she's probably going to kill me for saying this, but my mom helped but hurt a little bit as well, because I started to feel pressure about it. It wasn't fun anymore. You know, I started to feel like, okay, is this the where I'm supposed to be? Is this where God wants me here? You know, now it's pressure of don't say this, don't say that. You know, make sure you're not. So it just was. It started to be too much. Like, okay, this not even fun no more. Because now I have to be censored on my YouTube. Like, it just started to become overwhelming. Especially the fact that he was worse. He was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because I know you lying. Like, you're watching me. I don't even like looking at my videos, looking at me, hearing my voice. Somebody that I'm laying with, like, you're looking at me, like, I hated it. So I'm the type of person that sometimes I let things affect me to the point where it's detrimental to me. You guys remember when I had to get my teeth taken out? That's how a lot of you guys found me. I'm at work, and, you know, sometimes people of other cultures don't have the etiquette that we have. We have a small area, you know, kind of like this, where we are. You know, you can block them. My husband, I don't even know how he on my like what his handle or anything is. I don't, no, trust me, I would, but I don't know how to, you know, to do that. And then I'm thinking in my mind, if he's seeing my videos, is his friend seeing it? I'm not trying to embarrass him and, you know, have all his friends, you know, knowing all our marital business. But, you know, listen, you shouldn't be doing it. So, you know, I can't think about everybody. My channel was supposed to be something that this was my stage. I'm Beyonce, and this YouTube was my microphone. I don't want to have to think about none of this stuff. I don't want to have all of this pressure and all of this what I can and can't say, and all this is mine. This is my diary. You guys are mine. And it just started to become just a bit much. And him telling me that he didn't understand, or he didn't know that, you know, I was feeling this way, and it just was like, you know, I just didn't want to do it no more. We'll show you all public subscribers. Oh, now I'm about to go in there and block him. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. It just all became a lot. I learned it's not what you say, but how you say it. And that's true, because sometimes I can say something that I know could probably stab him. But again, this was my channel. This wasn't for him. This was something that I need to get off my chest. Let me tell them. Let me talk to them. Your subscribers went up. No, I lost a lot. Like, the other poster was right. When you take breaks, people lose interest. I was at like 11K something. Now I'm at like 10.8. No, I lost a lot. And I mean, I get it. I get it. I'm not complaining about 10,000 followers. Like, I'm not complaining about that. But I get it, because people found me for a reason. And then, give you another scenario. That's like you being poor and you winning the lottery. All of this money coming, it's your story. You had a right to release your experiences. I mean, that's how I feel. But in releasing your experiences, and other people that are in your life can see how you're releasing your experiences, it affects them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's seeing how I'm talking to you guys about him. He's seeing the emotion. He's hearing the words, how I'm speaking about him. The tears, you know what I'm saying? The misery in my voice, on my face, talking about him. YouTube will unsubscribe people and bots. Oh. See? I ain't been on here an hour, and look at all this I'm learning. I didn't know that, because I lost a lot of people. And I mean, it bothered me, but it didn't bother me because I knew it was I figured it was because I was taking breaks. Guys, I don't want to take breaks all the time. But that was the only way I knew to cope with the pressure and what I was dealing with mentally at the time. Sometimes I shut down. I remember not too long ago, my mom was even upset because I had went into like a depression. And I think, matter of fact, this was right before I left. I had went into a depression because I just was, it's one of those things where you feel bad because kids are being touched and raped and, and there's teen pregnancies and homeless teenagers and, and people living in the homes with family members that are not doing them right. And then you look at your life and you feel like you're living the worst. I have endometriosis and I realized when I'm feeling bad, he didn't understand. So I asked him to research the side effects for me. He came back and apologized. Yeah, but does that last? Or is that in the moment? You also lose watch time hours every 365 days from your YouTube, Google anniversary. Oh. Girl, you do YouTube? Honey, because you is the plug. Like, I didn't know none of this. But also, too, in the beginning, it was about that. But when I decided if I'm going to do this channel, because in the beginning, I was frustrated. A lot of you that were with me from the beginning, y'all know. In the beginning, it was just makeup and fashion and all that. And that was fine. And people still ask me to do that. And I don't have a problem with it. I love clothes. But when I decided to be myself, even though the fashion and all that was myself, but when I decided to be, YouTube made a lot of changes. Oh, when I decided to be honest and be myself, because I didn't have to tell y'all that my teeth was being taken out. But what if I'm on here one time, these are not glued in because when I go to eat and drink, the glue loosens up anyway. And, it's just things that's going on. So I go to talking to y'all and my tooth drop. Y'all gonna be like, now wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's no need. I don't need that on my mind. I'm at work sometimes and I could be talking to somebody and my teeth shift. And I'll be like, are you happy with these? My teeth? I'll be at work and sometime and my teeth will shift. And I'll be praying in my head, like, please tell me they didn't see that. Well, one of my coworkers did because sis bought me a box of Trident or Fixodent, one of them ones that she got me at work. So I was like, she gave it to me with a smile and we laughed, but it happened. Yes, your teeth. I am. But I was telling y'all what happened. This lady was, she's one of them ones that her etiquette is a little bit different. She's reaching over. Mind you, you got food right here. Imagine you got your open food. Somebody's behind you reaching over your head to grab a cup. Not, Asia, can you pass me my cup? Not, excuse me, going around. Sis got her esthetician that she rubbing people's face and stuff all over my, like, this happened probably 5 or 6 times. Now, instead of me having a conversation with her, I got so angry that I was eating Wawa. Never going to forget this. I took my bottom teeth out. That's why these spaces are back, because I took my bottom teeth out. Because when I eat with these and the bottoms, I don't play about my food either. And then you got your dirty, work jacket and stuff reaching over my head. My insides was about to explode. When I eat with both of my top and bottom dentures in, my bottom, like, it shifts up. So it's getting mixed all up in my mouth with my food. So I take it out and just eat with my front teeth that I got left and my denture, my top denture. So my teeth were inside of the Wawa thing. I'm so angry. I'm balling up the Wawa stuff. Didn't even finish my food. Threw my food out. Threw my teeth out with the food. These housekeeping people all hype. Wasn't even an hour. changed the trash, done threw the trash down the chute, God knows where, the incinerator, teeth going. So it's like I'm trying to learn. It's so much that I'm trying to learn. Your experience inspired me to get my mammogram. I found out I had breast. Grand. Oh, are you okay? Like, if you're okay with sharing, like, your journey, because I don't know how to get these messages so they're not like before. I used to be able to read them, but my phone wasn't this way. I'm not recording vertically no more. This sucks. Oh no, this is not horizontal. I want to record vertical next time because y'all comments go so fast I can't see nothing. But yeah, I was so angry that I threw my teeth out. That's why I miss you, because I know I'm getting a laugh, not just teeth. Girl, the homeless person probably got my teeth in their mouth. And mind you, the 2 teeth got tooth on them this big because they're supposed to cover up these 2 little spaces. Not even like they couldn't even give me a fake tooth right here because the gap is too small. So they got this little half a little tooth on the front looking like little fangs. And I'm just like, they custom. Throws them in the trash. I wanted to knock her block off. As an adult, why do I have to tell you you don't reach over people's head? I was so mad. But again, not being able to control myself, and I hurt myself in the end. Because guess what? She ain't know I was mad. You think she cared that I was balling up my food, throwing it in the trash? No, because she was finna go eat her food. She didn't care nothing about what I was doing because I didn't communicate with her that I don't like this. Don't do this. Where did you get this from? This is not how you do in a public setting. Like, are you an animal? But I did not convey that to her. Oh my God, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank God. Thank God. I pray that you stay healthy, and I pray that Jesus keeps his hand on you, and that, you keep up with your doctor's appointments. I'm so happy to hear that you are okay. I really am. Thank God. It's just, see what I mean? It's like everybody has their own thing that they're going through. And it's, it's just so much stuff that I want to change this year, guys. Like, I really want to do better. I want to stay consistent. I want to grow as not only in my content, but as a person in my real life. I want to do more things like that. Like her just sharing that with us. It's just, no, I mean, yeah, because, and I'm hoping that, all of you guys send, prayers to her, tonight, because I'm telling you, if nobody ever been through even the scare of it, it's something that, I would not wish on somebody I hated, because it's not just the physical. It's not just getting your chemo, getting through it, you're done. It leaves an emotional trail. At least it did for me. It does for me. It's something that has altered me for the rest of my life, good and bad. But I was telling you guys about Philip Anthony Mitchell, the 5819 Church. He was saying how we need to start getting away from putting so much stock in things that don't mean anything. Like, say Jesus came tonight. He's not going to ask me about my school. He's not going to ask me how much money I saved. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trivializing these things because it's something that I'm striving towards. I'm not doing that at all. It's like, people that can't afford or, designer clothes want to make you feel like it's, you're a fool because you spend your money on designer clothes. That's not what this is, because we still have to live everyday life. You still have to have life insurance. You still should have an emergency savings. You still should strive to, these things are here for a reason. God gave people surgeon minds to be surgeons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should make a buttload of money. They surgeons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is we put so much stock into it that God is in the bag. And I don't know about nobody else, but that's definitely my case. I'm so hyper focused on not growing old and looking back and regretting my life, because I already have so many regrets. The minuscule things in life. He wants you to know how you treat your brothers and sisters. Exactly. It's like I got sick for a reason, not only to help my brother. You know, that's a whole other thing that I have to live with. But it's for other people. But my mind is so focused on the potential that I had, and, you know, not being a failure, and, you know, my niece looking at me, my sister looking at me. You know, I'm the oldest of the three of us. It's not a good feeling to feel like you should be the blueprint for those behind you and you're not. That's not a good feeling. And that's where my mind is. Like, you should be this place at this amount of time. You should be here. You should not still be here. Why are you here? Why is this? Why is... It's like, that's where my mind is all the time. But in him saying that, it kind of brought me back down to reality, not to forego these things, because even God says, don't stop living because you know that I'm coming. Like, you have to live. But I should be consulting him in my decisions. I don't. Can I share? Of course. I should be consulting him in my decisions. Child, I do me. I get up, go jumping off the building, then want to go cry midway down before I hit the ground for him to save me. He always does. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my family. It's kind of like I have a safety net, but after a while, when are you not going to have that safety net? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is it going to be enough is enough? Like, look how crazy the world is. Look how nuts the world is. It's like I'm looking at all of these things that are in the word, and I'm still hyper focused on things that I can't take. I was watching the video TikTok one time, and I love estate sales. I never even thought about, even though it's not all of them, I never even thought about people are rummaging through somebody's personal things that they worked hard for and cherished. I think we all have those moments where we do this instead of God's will. But let me ask you something. Has anybody ever been afraid of what God's will is? Like, I want to be honest. If you had to, whatever you're doing for as far as career, whatever the case, what if that wasn't God's will for you? You just happen to be brilliant, and, you know, you went to school and became a doctor, making money, saving lives. What if that wasn't God's will for you? Would you be afraid of what his will was? What if his will for you was to travel? I've been home since my mom passed away. Something happens to your husband. I'm in that too. I'm in that too. Thank you, Jesus. I don't have to worry about a roof over my head. I don't have to worry about bills. Something happened to him today or tomorrow, I'm be sitting here like, so yeah. What we gonna do? You know, it's like, as an adult, that's wild as an adult. That is wild. And it's, what if what you want to do You know, I'm going to school. You guys already know I'm going to school trying to figure out whether I want to go to school for radiology or just be, you know, a X-ray tech, whatever the case, so that I can have, you know, contact with with the people. What if that's not God's will? What if God's will for you to take everything that you're doing as far as your job, career, whatever, and you got to get on Amtrak every day and travel around and preach? You want to do that? And I'm not saying it like, you know, nobody wants to talk about God. That's not the way I'm saying it. But I'm saying it like your whole, everything you thought you wanted, everything you knew, everything you worked hard for, you have to stop and do whatever is in God's will. And God's will is something you don't want to do. That's scary. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's the story of my life. I don't know. You know, I don't know if God's will is for me to be on YouTube and to tell what, you know, what I'm going through, or, you know, how do you, let me ask y'all this. How do you do that without it becoming redundant? Yes, I can talk about, you know, my life now and the things that I'm doing now, you know, post what happened. You know, the fears that I have, I can talk about that. You know, the appointments, you know, I can talk about that. I've taken you guys on, you know, I feel like I've bared my soul with you guys. I've taken you guys and me getting iron infusions, and I've taken you guys to the dentist and showing, you know, her fitting my mouth for teeth, my gums dripping with blood and swollen. I've bared everything to y'all. I've showed y'all everything. I don't know how to be any more honest than I've been on this channel. I never even thought I would do anything like this. The things that I have showed y'all, my marriage, I have opened my heart on this channel. So when I take breaks and stuff, this is why, because this channel means so much to me. I've showed y'all everything. Everything. And you know, it's to still feel like you are not good enough, you are not where you're supposed to be, is wild. Because I don't know if YouTube is where I'm supposed to be. I feel like it is, because I feel like I'm touching people, I'm helping people. But then I let that pressure, I let that, you know, on my shoulders, I let the one side voice be a little louder than the other side. You know, it's just something that I guess until God reveals what it is, maybe, like I said, I'm supposed to be like those people that had to wander around until he's ready. Or maybe he been ready and been telling me and I'm not hearing it. You know, I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer no more. So maybe I'm not getting what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. So you want to just keep doing this. You want to bounce here. You want to do that. So I'm going to let you do it. But this is not where you're supposed to be. I don't know. You do YouTube and feed your soul and embrace the love and acknowledgement that you receive on this journey. And I do receive a lot of, like, I love you guys. Y'all literally have no idea the times I've been on live, how you guys have saved my mental, just being able to vent. When y'all were with me when I left my marriage, sitting in this apartment, not knowing was left or right, couldn't even finish the lives because I'm crying. Like, y'all have no idea how I have just, like, no shame or anything. Yeah, yes, but it's like sometimes, again, I'm in my own head. Sometimes I feel like, is that where I'm supposed to stay? Because I don't want to run that into the ground. Like, okay, dog, like you were sick. All right. But it's not okay because it affected me. It's still affecting me. You know, look what happened to Nini's husband, Greg. He had, I think his was colon. Came back and killed him. Came back and, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I did not want this to be, I told y'all this 100 times. I did not want this to be the Cancer Channel. Thank you. Like, look, now look how your life was turned upside down and all you was trying to do was live. Don't, and I know it affects you. I'm so glad you're okay. I'm so glad, but I know it affects you mentally. It has to. Not making millions talking about dating and ain't got no man. Nobody told me about nobody told me anything. Nobody told me nothing. And when I went to them after the fact, they still was looking crazy. And I trust my oncologist. He was looking at me like, what stuff? Sir, everybody was telling me about this stuff you're supposed to swish around to help protect your teeth. He looking at me like, and of course that probably was, you know, to protect himself because he not going to sit there and be like, oh no, I forgot. He not going to sit in my face and tell me he made a mistake or forgot to tell me that, which, you know, again, I told y'all guys before, which is why I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I felt like he was a part of the team that God set in place to help me. So I'm not going to turn around and stab somebody that was on my team. You know what I'm saying? He's still on my team. I don't have a primary. Turn my life upside down, but God's had his hand on me the whole time. Turned it upside down, and I still ain't right side up. Turned it upside down because the fear never leaves you. It never leaves you. You can have all the faith here. Your mind is where the problem lies. Your mind is where the trouble is. You can have all the faith in the world. Your mind is what you have to try to control. That's where my issue lies. My issue lies in my mind. I have never been so exhausted in my life since this has happened. When I tell you it could be gang fights, shootouts, people getting stuffed in sewers, I don't know nothing's going on. The way I was skipping through life and the brakes hit me and I haven't been the same. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Meaning, am I supposed to, you know how they say, you know, sometimes God will let things happen to get your attention. Am I supposed to constantly live in this fear, even though God did not? No, seriously, the comments, they was eating me up one live. Like, it doesn't matter about you being healed and you know, being in remission. They made a mistake. That's malpractice. That's not how I looked at it. Because even my sister said, you'll have all your teeth. Meanwhile, they was ugly anyway because of, you know, the things that was going on with my health. I just did not know what was going to be on the other side of getting them all taken out. But you rather be in the casket with perfect teeth, or you would rather be here to live your life, to watch your niece, to laugh and go to dinner with your family. You know what I'm saying? Even to fight with my husband. What would you rather do? So now I go sue these people. Is that going to make me feel better? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't ask for any of this. I'm not. I don't I done been down that road. My bones are not strong enough to handle the screws. And it might cause more issues down the line with my history. So no, I think colon might be a little different. My chemo was a little different than breast cancer chemo. Like I didn't lose my hair or anything like that. It thinned out and I think I lost my eyebrows, but I didn't like it was a little bit different than breast cancer chemo is way more aggressive. So I didn't, that's why I was shocked that it ruined my mouth the way it did. Like my teeth, I could be eating a piece of cornbread. I'd be chewing on a nugget or something. And I'm like, well, what's in the cornbread? My tooth, a piece of my tooth. So it's, I just think back of everything that I put out and it's like I bared my soul to you guys, and sometimes I still feel like a failure on my own channel because it's like I did all of this and then I'm a disappointment when I take breaks. But all I can do, 17 gallstones. Yeah. Yeah, lost all your hair. Yeah, all my hair, it thinned, but it didn't all come out. No, my eyebrows got thin. The worst was the teeth and the neuropathy in the hands and feet. My feet are just, oh Lord. I can't even get into that right now. My feet are right now, I have a callus in the middle of my foot. My feet, I walk to the side. You got to see my shoes I wear for work. Your shoes supposed to be like this. My shoes like this. We are our biggest critic. Oh, definitely. That's why it's like nobody has to say anything about me. Whatever you say about me, I done said it 50 times and worse. I done added sauce to it. I am definitely my biggest critic. But we need to stop because what we say, we speaking it over ourselves. My mom says that to me all the time. We're speaking it over ourselves. And we have to stop. Because that's me. I am my biggest critic. You don't have to say nothing about me. I done ripped myself up every which way. Ain't no skin left. You can find a spot, go ahead. But, I done took care of it already. I'm my biggest critic. I don't need anybody to criticize me because I'm already like, I feel that I could be better, do better. I don't need anybody to criticize me. Child, not Chloe in there chewing on this food. It's just, we're all a work in progress. It's so much stuff that I want to share with you guys, but sometimes I feel like, they don't want to see this, but I'm going to share it anyway. You guys want to see the good and the bad. Like, I feel like I have been so vulnerable and I've had no fear on this channel. Girl, if you don't go see with daddy, take care of that. You are not messing up the bones in your feet and messing with your hip and spine. I believe it. And when my legs hurt, I always equate it to me gaining weight. But when I get pedicures, that's another thing. I remember I wasn't even able to get in the shower because the water hurt my feet. I'm to the point now where I can get light pedicures. I couldn't even cut my toenails. My sister used to have to do it. It's like I couldn't even touch my own feet. That's how the sheets hurt. That's how bad my neuropathy was. And it's to the point now where, I have on penny loafers. And that might be, a part of the problem. But right in the middle of my foot, it's oh my God, it's so sore. And I have to walk on the sides. I walk on the sides anyway, because walking straight on my foot, it's too painful. So I walk on the sides like my feet are turned this way anyway, because it hurts so bad. But I'm sitting here like, I'm able to touch my feet. You know, like I couldn't do that before. So it's like I'm trying to be thankful for these little things because, you know, it could be worse. Yeah, both my feet, they were in my hands. I had radiation first. Radiation, and then I took the chemo pill before I left, or it was before the radiation. I can't remember, but I had radiation chemo pill. I didn't even know chemo came in a pill. Then I had 2 weeks off, and then I did chemo. I would go to the hospital. They put it in my port. Where's my port? Because I know it ain't went nowhere. Where's my port? It's around here somewhere. They put it in my, oh, here we go. They put in my port, and I would stay for 3 hours and get chemo, and then they would put it in a bag, like a little shoulder bag, and I would take it home for 48 hours. The nurse would come out and take it down. That was a whole other situation. The chemo, that stuff is straight devil juice, poison. I used to have to put a pillow on it because you can hear the mechanism pumping the chemo into you. It would sound like I can't even describe the vibrations board. Help me with the, what's that? Tell me, what's that? I want to see if it can help me, because I'm tired. It's just like the mechanism of me hearing it, it would like make me 10 times sicker. Seriously, listen, I'm take you out of here. Sometimes I wonder if it's the actual disease that's taking people out or is the chemo. That's how bad it was. My first day of chemo, I was in the emergency room. I use it for circulation. Yeah, what is that? I want to see what that is, because I mean, I listen, I can't complain because again, I wasn't even able to touch my feet before. Like I'm touching them. But the calluses and stuff, I got the little those little cushiony circle things that you put on it because it's smack in the middle of the ball of my foot. So it's torture. And then it's a scab, like it's a hard scab, like it was raw or bleeding and then it's scabbed up. So it's just, oh, girl. People don't listen. How my grandma say, take care of yourself, because the things we take for granted, take care of yourself, because this is no joke. Take care of yourself. I miss wearing shoes and dressing up and stuff, but it's just, y'all, my feet. I watched my mom on chemo and listen. Yeah, my mom had to watch me. And you watch them get smaller, and you can smell it on their skin and in their hair, and you watch them, you know, I couldn't eat food. The only thing that I could keep down was, how I forget this place. It'll help you, Asia. Vibration board helped me. My feet was worse. Vibration board. I'm going to look that up. Was Olive Garden soup, the one with the potatoes and the sausages. That's the only thing that I was able to keep down. Everything else, the smell of food. My husband had to get in the shower, close all the doors. I couldn't take any smells, no soap, take all the plugs out, like any type of smell. I was dry heaving or throwing up. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I don't know what scares me more, the chemo or going, because it was so many days where I just wanted to stop the chemo. I didn't even care if the cancer took over. That's how bad it was. And it's like, you think that that's not going to affect you? You know, you think that you're supposed to just get over it? I couldn't taste anything for a long time. I don't remember. No, I could taste. This is the link. Oh, yes, please. Because I definitely want to try. me see. How in the world? Let me see something. No, that ain't it. Tag product. Oh, okay. Trying to see if I can see you guys' comments again. The radiation. No, it was. The radiation made me sick, but it made me more tired. It kind of like burned my stomach and stuff because I had radiation in that area. It kind of burned my stomach and stuff, but the radiation was not as bad as the chemo at all. They sell it on TikTok shop too. Why can't I see you guys' comments anymore? They leave me. It sucks. Yeah, I ain't never recording like this no more. This is wild. Because I'm not able to see. All messages are visible. There we go! See, told y'all I wasn't stupid. All right, now. This is the link. How do you pin stuff, though? Radiation made me tired towards the end. I had 28 treatments. I don't even remember how many I had. Vibration board. Yeah, I don't even remember how many I had, but yeah, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. See what I mean? We talking about it ain't gonna be long. We done been on here 90 minutes. Like, and I'm just running my mouth like I ain't got to work tomorrow. Like, ain't nothing going on. Like, this is what I mean. I miss y'all. Like, I miss y'all. When I had chemo, I could only taste anything orange, popsicles, orange Gatorade, oranges, and I could taste the hamburger. Not a hamburger. What you trying to be smart because I'm squinting? My glasses got tape on them right here because I sat on them and cracked the lens, and I still need them to drive at night until I get my new glasses. I had my eye appointment. I will have new glasses in about a week and a half. Hopefully, it'll be next week. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my glasses. I know I'm squinting and stuff, but like I missed y'all, man. It's 90 minutes we done been on here. Like I miss y'all. Y'all have no clue. Like I feel like I feel so rejuvenated and happy and just like, I feel a weight. Like I was nervous to come on because I was like, child, they sick of me. They ain't nobody got time. But I'm grateful. Like this is why I like live sometimes better. The pilots. What's that? Oh, the eyeshadow. Yes, yes. Remember I was doing makeup, y'all. Child, I don't even be wearing makeup like that no more. Did you lose any friends and family? Some didn't call. Let's get into that. We ain't even got to go to the fringe yet. So I'm not going to do too much because, they apologize and I'm, you have to forgive because who are you? My brother was the main culprit, which is why when I said earlier that, I had got sick to save my brother, but that was a whole other thing. My brother ended up having polyps, and my brother at the time was like 30. Oh, I forget. Nowhere near 50. Excuse me. If he'd have made it to 50 with them polyps in there, they could have turned into God knows what stage of cancer by time 50. I didn't see him maybe 4 times. And I'm being generous saying 4. The whole time that I was going through my cancer. You know how you have the boy in the family and then a woman comes along and y'all know the age old, So I guess that he made his choice between me and his wife, and you know, your sister who you grew up with in the same home, same mom and dad, you know, not dropping off at daddy house. And no, same mom and dad, same house, everything, known your whole life. You know, you get ready to have a, the family regrets to inform you card in the mail like you're a stranger. And to me, that was the biggest one. But it was others that while I wasn't expecting them to be at my door, there were no phone calls, there were no text messages. And once my chemo and stuff was over and I was able to rewind, that was another layer that I had to deal with. You know, you think you're such this great person, you know, you're so lovable, you got all these people. And, you know, when that happened, I felt worthless. And not because of my family, because my family was there other than my brother, 1,000%. Oh, hi. My family was there 100%. That's what I said. And then the excuses was, oh, I don't want to bother you. I didn't want to bother you. Or, maybe they don't know how to deal with sickness. That's a cop-out. I don't like sickness either. But if I don't want to physically see you, a call or a text. Just the fact that somebody feels like you're thinking about them. I literally felt worthless. My brother, surprisingly, my mother. Oh my God, no. My mom was there, like she was there like she was going through it. She never left my side. No, for real. No, seriously. Like the excuses, that the doctor played buy me a new car with treatments because $10K per treatment, not mama. It's just, it was mind-boggling how I felt like, God forbid something would have happened to me. Who would have been at my funeral besides 10 people? And now all 10 of them is my mom, my aunts, and my cousins, and my sister. My niece wasn't even here. Who was about to be there? So it's so draining. And people are like, how it affects you. This is how it affects you. Everybody should have been there. What if, God forbid, something would have happened to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, do anybody cherish life anymore? Like people I was on the phone with, people I was going to dinner and laughing and kikiing and raising up glasses with, and not a phone call. Not, you don't want to bother me? Send a text. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and I'm gonna try to word it in a way that's respectful because this is my family. My mother-in-law struggles with substance abuse for the last 30-something years. You know, this lady was on my line every week. Of all the people, mind you, she suffers from substance abuse. Beautiful person. But if you know anybody that has been, an addict for over 30 years, you can imagine how many, what's going on. Every week, this lady was on my phone. Never forgot me. Just for that, she's going to always have a special place in my heart. I make sure I go see her on Mother's Day. I used to not ignore her phone calls, but sometimes I knew it was probably, some shenanigans. I answer my phone I'm just, every week this lady was on my phone. Imagine how that feel. She gonna always have a special place in my heart because that lady thought about me. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not making excuses for them. That was me when I got sick. I asked everybody not to tell anybody. Of course, one of my aunts didn't listen. You know, we always got that one aunt whose mouth is a flowing faucet of water. I didn't want anybody to know. Sometimes when you're sick, I don't know if it's embarrassment, if it's you feel like you did something to deserve it. I don't know what it is, but I did not want everybody to know. It was only my family. Of course, she went to, her church and told everybody like I said nothing, but that's people. You got to deal with people the way you deal with them. And I tried to hide it for a long time. Yeah. Because, anytime they're going through something like that, yeah, or they need something from you, they're going to get on the line. But, it's hard dealing with that kind of stuff. That's why I don't be wanting to hear excuses. Because you're making it about you and not the person that's suffering. I'm the one that has something in that body that can take me out. It's different than you going outside and you getting into a car accident and it's, that's not predicted. You're laying there getting this poison. You're laying there dying. Because at the time, that's how I felt. I don't want to hear about how you feel about me being sick. Like, are y'all cool? Everybody don't do sickness well. Hello? Who's everybody? Your blood? Meanwhile, as much as I don't want to leave here, I would rather leave here than them. And you're going to ride past me? Yeah, it's like you forgive, but how do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile that? You have to forgive. You know what I'm saying? You have to, because we do things wrong every day. What I look like asking God to forgive me and I don't forgive somebody else. But I'm not God. I don't have a sea of forgetfulness. My mind don't forget. How do you forget that? And it's for my own selfish reason, because I don't want to see my sibling suffer. I don't want to see my sibling passing away. That's bonkers. I would be a basket case. So I would rather go. And you gonna ride past me? Somebody that would give their life for you, and you gonna ride past me for somebody? Listen. When I tell you sickness changes your life, nobody understands. Nobody understands. You're happy that you're healthy, but that in the back of your mind never goes away. Even a nurse, 20 years. I wonder if when she goes to her appointments, is she ever afraid? Still, 20 years later. How does it leave you? How do you forget that? How do you forget something that alters your life? Like you said, turned it upside down. How do you forget that? I am. By the grace of God, I am. I understand. I understand. And there's no judgment. I understand. You got to come to things in your own time. And I'm going to tell you something that I heard somebody say. Just because you forgive them doesn't mean you have to sit down and have dinner with them. You forgiving your mom, that doesn't mean you have to have her in your life if that's what you choose. I'm not telling anybody to cut off their mom because I don't know the relationship with her. I only know you get one mom. And as somebody that has lost a parent, that's another void that never gets filled. You know what I'm saying? It's a void that, like, listen to me. And it wasn't even my mom, it was my dad. And I have a hole in my heart that'll never be filled, ever. We go through milestones and all we can think about is like, Dad, like, what are you doing? Like, you missing it. Like, Brookie's here. Like, what are you doing? You get one mom. I don't understand as a mom how you cannot smother your children with all the love that you can give them. How you have tumultuous relationships with something that you risk your life to bring into this world, I don't understand. I don't have kids, so I can't speak. But in your time, not nobody else's, in your time, talk to God about it and, you know, and try to take those necessary steps to forgive. You don't have to have her in your life if that's what you don't want. And don't let anybody pressure you and tell you you have to because that's your mom. Because just like that's your mom, you're her kid. I don't care if you're 75. You're her kid and you didn't ask to be here. That's her job to reassure you and to make you feel loved, especially when you're going through. That's not your job to pull her in or to beg her. That's not your job. I would definitely say to forgive, but you don't have to have her in your life if that's not what you want. I mean, I got a close relationship with my mom. You know, that's my dog. But at the same time, it's stuff about my mom that I don't like. You know, I wouldn't say she was a narcissist, but she's definitely one of those people that don't like to be, don't like their you know, their to be called to the carpet, is so to speak. You know, it's and nobody does. You know what I'm saying? Who want to be told they're wrong? Who want to be, you know, told what they're doing is like, nobody want to hear that. So it's not crazy, you know, but you know, that's my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom there when nobody is. That's my mom. I got her whole face. I can't get rid of her. You know, that's my dog. Like, you know, especially when I was little, it was just me and my mom. I told y'all I grew up in the hospital. This ain't my first rodeo. It's always been me and my mom. And the older I got, it got a little bit rocky because I'm a lot like her. You know, my sister is more, you know, dependent. She loves family around. You know, she always wants somebody there. And, you know, I'm a little more independent. You know, I'm cool by myself. You know, I'm you know, I don't need as much. And it started, you know, pretty early on in life. And, you know, me and my mom struggled with that because I'm, you know, way more independent. I want to get away. I want to get out. I want to see for myself. I don't want to hear what you talking. You lived your life. You did you. Watch out. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me do me. Me too. I love being, oh my God, girl, please. I close that door and I ain't got to look at you. You know, my sister want the whole family moving in with her. Like, she loves it. And I love them. I love them around. I'm okay with being by myself as well. Now, don't get me wrong. We on the phone all day long. If one ain't calling, the other calling, the other calling. You know, we all three of us were on the phone all day. Those are my best friends. I love them. The thing that I hate about my mom, that's my dog. That's my mom. You ain't about to say nothing about her. I can eat her up. You ain't about to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, nobody has the perfect relationship. I don't care what it is. Yeah, we do. But you know, it's sometimes I wish I was more vocal with the things that I don't like about her, the things that she does that, you know, upsets me. But sometimes, you know, it's just, what's that saying? You pick and choose your battles. You know, sometimes you just have to just chalk it up because nobody's perfect. I know I got a list. Who am I? You know, I hate that you don't have a good relationship with your mom. I wish you did. I wish you did. I was getting chemo one time and something happened to my mom's car and she couldn't take me to my chemo treatment. So my aunt took me. My mom got on the trolley and she couldn't even sit in the house. She missed not one appointment, not one. She has been there for everything. From me being a little kid, she used to fight with my doctors like she went to medical school. Like she's been there for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the little stuff that I don't, you know, that irks me or that I'm just like, what's wrong with her? I push it to the back, I get over it. Because she's been there. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom has been there through everything. Like even my marriage when I was struggling. That's my mom. First thing out her mouth should be, you know, up, you know, leave, divorce time, we out of here. No. My mom loves him like her son. She been fighting for us more than I've been fighting for us. She's always been there. Sometimes I feel like she was on his side more because he would go to her before he would come to me. It's so important to have a support system in family. I would not be here. I'm sorry. I would not be here without my family. I know I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't. I know you can't. I couldn't either. I don't even have kids. I have a niece and I couldn't imagine. And she needed me. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. She's spoiled rotten. I couldn't imagine not giving her. She come throwing her bottle, I mean rude. Throwing her little sippy cup at me to give her something to drink. I want to punch her in her forehead, but I give it to her because I don't want her upset. She is a good mom. She's a pain in the behind, but she is a good mom. Yeah, she is. That's, you know, that's my dog. She really is. Yeah. I be wanting to run her over with my car sometime. My mind wild. like I remember growing up, I didn't even need no friends to fight. My mom fought. Y'all, let me tell y'all this story. And my mom she probably hate that I'm telling y'all this. I got into a fight with somebody I went to school with. I was in high school. We pulled up on this block. You know, this girl tried to jump me with her brother. Guess who was out there fighting? Me and my mom. My mom was my, like, that's a mom. That's a mom. You give anything for your kid. I am the biggest wuss scaredy cat alive. I would do anything for my niece. I'm not going to let nobody hurt her. You're going to hurt me first. And I don't want nobody to hurt me. Don't get it twisted, because I'm going to try to negotiate. Like, you sure you don't want to just punch her or something? Like, you know, don't cause her no harm. You know, I'm not going to let nothing happen to her. You know, I got into a fight on our block one day. It was like a whole free-for-all. My mom came outside with a doggone samurai sword. Like, come on. She get on my nerves, I'll let her. I'll let her. What I'm going to do? You know? Yeah, I want to punch her in her face. But, you know, what I'm going to do? That's my mom. People got horrible moms out here. That little stuff she do, I can handle that. People got moms jealous of their kids, and because the kids are reminders of what they aren't anymore and stuff. Like, I don't. Y'all, we've been on here 113 minutes. We finna hang up. Always talking about it ain't gonna be long, and we be on here until the middle of the night. No, absolutely not. Because I'm gonna do that for my niece. I don't care if I'm 75. You said who said what down to the schoolhouse? Because I'm on the way. Because I'm definitely gonna be the hip aunt. I'm the hip aunt now, and it's gonna always be that way. She ain't gonna need no stinking friends, because she gonna hang with me. Because if the girls is any worse than they are now, oh no. I ain't got time. Not with my baby. No. I ain't got no watch on to see what time it is. We missed you. I missed y'all. 114 minutes we on here. I'm telling you, y'all have no idea how much I missed y'all. I don't even want to hang up, but I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to work. Like, I love talking to y'all. I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all. You have no idea how I missed y'all. Like, I need y'all to help give me some video ideas or something, because we gotta keep this going. Like, see, you don't want to be here. I miss y'all. I miss y'all. Seriously, I do. I enjoyed this. I miss y'all. This is why, as nervous as I be of doing lives, because I'm like, what we get ready to talk about? I don't be scared. And I still do it. This is why. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to war for mine, not my niece. I love her. She is literally, I wish I could show y'all her. My sister would kill me. I vote for a live once every 2 weeks. Yo, should we do that? Can we get some outfit of the day? We can. You have to do enough. We can. We can. I mean, I don't. And you're doing this live. Hi, Destiny. I figured that when I seen Dee Dee, but I wasn't sure. I don't know. I was going to say once a week, but I ain't get ready to stab myself, because that's a lot of talking. Because then we get ready to be sitting here on the live in a month like, so what y'all eating? Well, what y'all cooking? I don't know. I want to do a live every week. That's a lot. You always trying to come to Philly. I feel like you just trying to make an excuse using me to come down here. Every time I turn around, you trying to get on the highway to come to Philly for something. I would love to do more lives, though. Once a week, that's too much. That's too much. I can't do once a week. Let's shoot for once every 2 weeks. So, okay. All right. Let's be fair. If we did once a week, what would that look like? I feel like lives are so personal. If I want to, I'm not pressing her, so I just don't do me like that. We doing better in 2026. Now, don't y'all be trying to play me. Y'all have some good food spots. No, we do. Every other Friday. No. My days was what was my days? Thursday and Sunday? No, I don't want to do Friday though. That's what I'm saying. And I don't want it to start feeling like rum cake from Christmas. Now, girl, please tell me this cake was in the freezer. Because now I'm really finna hang up. Because what's happening? Because why the rum... You ain't about to have no kind of road trip eating a cake from Christmas. Your road trip fitting to be to the upper room. Why are you eating a cake from Christmas? I hope so. I hope so. Because You getting a little too comfortable on this live now, because what's happening? Because where was this stored at? This cake is rank. I can't. Not this cake from Christmas time. It's the ghetto. No, for real. You, no, seriously. You get ready to have a road trip, okay? Girl. We here now on a Friday. Yes, because I wanted to do one yesterday. Let's get back to the schedule. You see me trying to deflect. But then I want to make sure y'all here. We doing all this. Let's do a live every week and every 2 weeks, and then I'll be sitting on here with 2 people. What about Sunday? I'm not going to say it's going to be every Sunday. Maybe it'll be every 2 weeks. Saturday, no, I don't want to do Saturday. Because Brookie be here on Saturdays. My live get ready to be a mess. Because she ain't get ready to sit here. And if she pop up on this live, my sister going to kill me. It's infused with something. Hey, Mika. It's infused with something from Christmas time. All right, let's do Sundays then. I feel like Sunday nights, like we getting, unless y'all are working or like, you know, tired from work after football season, see? I can't. Who's watching football? You know you can schedule a lot. No. No, what's that mean? Like record it and then y'all watch it like a regular video? Because I can't talk to y'all like that. Me either. I'm like, who's looking at football? I couldn't even tell you what's going on. It's cold outside. No, it's for real. I'm going to try to catch y'all before the summer because y'all all hype. Then in the summertime, y'all don't know me. Now, I'll be sitting here looking stupid by myself with one person on the live, and it's my sister. Sunday, what time? What times is the games and stuff over? Because it can be late. Like, I don't care. A recorded video, but the chat is live. That's called a premiere. Oh, I did that before. Yeah. I did that before. Okay. Just set a time. Sending notifications. Yes. I forgot. Did y'all see the one that I put in the chat, though? Go Birds. Girl, I guess. Okay, girl. My sister watches football. She be having the hoodie on and the hat and all. This girl, what's going on? I want to go. Oh, and I gotta be to work at 7:30. I gotta get up so early tomorrow. But I want to watch. I gotta watch Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I gotta make sure I watch the other Married to Medicine because I don't remember if I watched it or not. But I'll make some more videos of the outfits and all of that stuff and what I've been doing in my home and all of that stuff. I'll just try to just create content. How about that? Get out of my head. Stop worrying about whether you guys are going to like it or not and just put it out. If you like it, you do. If you don't, hopefully you'll like the next video. Because at this point, the rate I'm going, ain't nobody going to like nothing because there ain't going to be no videos. And I'm stressing myself out so bad. But we at 122. So we settled right now. Yeah. Well, we scheduled during the warmer months. Yeah. But I feel like Sunday in the warmer months is still. Because what y'all doing on a Sunday night? No. Send me an email. You can send it to my job. Send me an email. I'll give you your address and send it. Send me an email. AJAWalker71@gmail.com in case you. Yes! I always liked I hope you love your tea. I do. I recorded a video, guys, of the stuff that I found thrifting. If you want to see it, I'll put it up on my channel with some other stuff. I'm not going to just put a naked thrifting video up, but like, I will put a video up of the stuff I found thrifting. I cannot wait to show you guys. It's so much cute stuff. Sunday's good. Okay, well then let's shoot for a Sunday every 2 weeks. I don't want to do every week because I feel like that's too much pressure. Like I can do a regular video, that way I can just film, edit, and have it ready. But we need time for like life so we can talk and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things that happen. Because I don't want to just be talking. I want to hear what you guys got going on. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to talk to me as well. Give it again so I can make sure Sunday we cook, eat, and chill. Okay. Yeah. Me too. I love it. Like, look at all this little cute stuff I done found. Facebook Marketplace. I love it. I love it. But I'm getting ready to go because the sun get ready to be up and I got to go to work because we've been on here forever. Just way over an hour. I don't even know if I can save the live. That's how long it is. But I'm going to try to save this live for you guys. I just want to say thank you guys. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for always riding with me, rocking with me. Y'all have no clue how much I love you guys. Y'all are my safety net. I love my channel. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Today is Friday. I'm not going to promise a video Sunday, but I'm going to try to get one up before Thursday. If I can do Sunday, then I will and show you guys the thrifting and stuff. But if not, it'll be another video up, 2 more videos up this week. I hope so, because YouTube be getting on my nerves. But I'm going to go, guys. Good night, everybody. Tell everybody good night. I love you guys. And I will see you soon. I will see you guys Sunday in 2 weeks. But I will put a notification. Have a great weekend, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Good for my spirit. Mine too. Y'all have no idea. It's like a monkey off my back. Mine too. I'm so happy I came on. Thank you guys. Bye. They'll even start creating shorts for you. From the live? Girl, yeah, send me an email. Because not you fitting to be my YouTube manager. Because you know everything. My goodness. Okay, bye, guys. It was great seeing you all. Thank you. Thank you. Right? And not crying. Because, you know, every video or live, I got to cry. No tears. I made it. Bye, guys. Love you. Have a good night, everybody.